best for last, right? Best dressed, anyway.
Best for the time.
There you go.
Questions for Coach Webb, please.
What are the challenges, Alonzo, with the current setup that the track program has right now at Pittsburgh Fieldhouse, as far as just even everyday kind of activities?
Like Coach Fisher was saying, there's a lot of people who use that facility at the same time with volleyball, and they have to come off the track and come back on, and our kids are going around blind turns on both turns you can't see, and like the workout we had today, I mean, they're flying in there, and so you're taking your chances every time you're going around a turn. Somebody's not going to walk out on the track not understanding what's getting ready they're facing. So that's been the biggest challenge, and as a coach, every time you're nervous every single day that you're down there practicing, that one of your athletes are going to get hurt, or somebody else's athlete's going to get hurt, So that was one of the biggest challenges. But other than that, I mean, like Coach Fisher was saying, since I've been here, we've never made any excuses for not having facilities. It didn't matter to us that we didn't have it. We just knew that we were going to work with what we had, and make the best out of it. And since I've been here, it's been 18 years, and I was told by numerous athletic directors, we're promising you a facility, and of course, I used to tell our recruits we're going to get a facility, and it didn't take place. So I stopped saying it. And I just control what I can control. And so now with Heather, I mean, it's actually happening, and so that's one of the greatest things that. When you tell somebody something now, it's going to happen, because it wasn't any fault of any of the athletic directors. It was just situations that happened. But right now, that we can actually see this is actually going to happen, it's going to make a big difference for us.
This facility allow you to host meets, and then
Yes.
what kind of impact do you feel like that'll have?
It's going to have a major impact, especially for our student athletes, because right now we travel every single meet, every single meet. We go indoor, outdoor, and cross country. We're always traveling. So this week, we're going to leave on Thursday for Virginia Tech, and next week we'll go down to Virginia Tech again. So it's going to impact in a positive way that we don't have to travel so much. That some of these kids can have their own home facility where they can come and take some pride in it, build a fan base, and won't have to travel 12 and 14-hour round trips every single weekend, for them. So it's going to be a major benefit to us, and also it's going to help us. We're hosting meets. Looking forward to hosting the ACC championships, where the kids don't have to travel. They can get out of there, leave their dorms or apartments, walk up the hill, and be right there for competition. It's going to make a big difference.
What about your outdoor competition?
Well, the 300-meter indoor track actually is going to benefit our outdoor team as well, because we can train just like we're outdoors. As opposed to having a 200-meter track, we can train, and it'll have the same feel as an outdoor track for us. And up here, in where we are in the country, where the weather's not really good outdoors anyway, so eventually I'm sure we're going to get an outdoor track, but that's for us not going to mean as much, because in April sometimes it's going to be snowing and cold. We won't be outside anyways using the outdoor track. So that indoor track is really going to be a big benefit to us during the outdoor season. Like I think it was 2 years ago, it was so cold the whole spring season. We didn't get outdoors until the week we were leaving for Miami. That was the first outdoor practice. We had one practice on Monday, we left on Tuesday, and went down to Miami, and it was 90, I think 85 or 90 degrees. So we had never gotten a chance for our 400 hurdlers, our throwers, the discus, javelin, all those long throwers, to get any practices in. But now, it's going to make a big difference.
Alonzo, I think you have, as far as all of Pitt's programs, the most student athletes involved in track and field than any program.
Yes.
What is it like from a numbers game with the facilities you have now, just trying to get everybody their work, and how much will this benefit them as far as scheduling goes and getting kids out there and getting them their reps going forward once this is put together? Yeah,
it's going to make a big difference, because right now we're all scattered all over the place. We never get a chance to get together unless it's a team meeting, with all the athletes together, or we're traveling. So, the distance runners, the sprinters are all going to be able to train in the same place. The throwers are going to be able to train in the same place, and it's going to make a big difference for just the team cohesion. Everybody get a chance to see what everybody else does, understand what they're going through. You know, with the distance runners seeing the sprinters, and the sprinters seeing the distance runners, the throwers seeing the long jumpers, and they can see they're working really hard. And they understand that they're putting in just as much work as the other group. So it's going to make a big difference in that regard.
Alonzo, I believe you're the longest tenured coach here on campus, at least head coach. Where do you put this announcement of this day in sort of context as far as like big steps that Pitt Athletics has been able to take in the time that you've been here?
Well, it's the biggest step by far. You know, there's nothing even close. You know, and like I said, and it's just a benefit for the kids. You know, you feel bad for them a lot of times, but you never let them feel like it's a burden. You know, I told them, you know, this is what the situation we have, and we can't make excuses for it. We'll get the job done. And we know we can be successful here, and we're starting to see that now. I think we just finished our 6th year, I think, in the, starting our 6th year, I believe, is in the ACC, and we're starting to turn the corner now, even without the facilities. We had to graduate all the Big East level athletes and understand what we needed to recruit to be successful in the ACC. And so they know, from the past, we know we can be successful because we've won 10 championships since we've been here in the Big East and the IC4A, ECAC. So I know the success is going to come with the facility, with the recruits we get because of that. The other school in the center of the state, you know, they have great facilities. We have to go up there all the time. We were there last weekend, you know, and the energy in that building, when we come in there, it's like, you know, it just goes crazy because they want to beat us. They want to beat us bad. We want them to come here so we can have that same opportunity to pay them back, you know. But we're going to go up there again at the end of the month, and I think our team is ready to make some big noise even now. So with our new facility, it's going to be definitely going to be a big difference for us.
And just finally, what has Herb Douglas meant to your program, and was having him be instrumental in this mean?
He's a great friend and a mentor to me for the past 20 years. A month doesn't go past it. He doesn't call me or I call him just to check in to see how things are going. But every single conversation comes up with the track. We talk about the track every single time. And he called me last week and he said, he calls me, I call him young man. You know, he'll be 98 this year. I say, hey, young man. He said, yeah, hey, young old man. And so we just tease each other like that. But we always talk about, you know, the track. And he's been so passionate about, hey, coach, you guys need a track. We're going to get you one. And I'm so happy. And the proudest moment would be for me. And hopefully he's going to be here to open that facility and walk those kids in their new facility. It's going to be amazing. But he's been so, he's been a blessing to me. You know, he's been, like I said, a great friend and a great mentor for about 20-something years. And I just know his passion for this. And he was here. He said, he called me last week and said, should I come in here for that press conference? I said, you have to be here. I don't know if he really knew what was going on or what was going to be announced, but he said, I said, you know, you have to be here. He said, okay, I'll come then. He said, Heather asked me to come, and I said, you have to be here. This is going to be something really, really big, and you need to be here. So I'm happy he was able to make it. And, you know, being 98 years old, you never know how long he's going to be around, but I just pray that he's going to be around long enough to open that place and to lead those kids into their new facility.